Hello guys and welcome back into this new video. Today I will show you the best way to recreate Marcelo Bielsa's style of play in AFC 24. Bielsa's teams are known for their relentless pressing high up the pitch. Players work cohesively to win the ball back quickly, disrupting the opponent's build-up and forcing mistakes. Bielsa demands a high level of work rate from his players. This involves constant movement, both on and off the ball, to create passing options and maintain pressure on the opposition. To recreate Marcelo Bielsa's style of play in EAFC 24, the best formation to set is 4-2-3-1, with the wingers moving around as left and right midfielders and not as offensive wingers. With two central defensive midfielders who will act both as a defensive screen and as a playmaker. The tactics instead are as follows: the defensive style and pressing on the first control. Bielsa's teams are famous for carrying out constant pressing to prevent the opposing team from easily setting up their action. We set the team width to 55, in this way we will carry out 1 vs 1 full field pressing. Depth we will set 85, I know it is a high value, but despite this the team on the pitch will always be quite balanced without leaving large spaces in defense. In the offensive phase the construction of the maneuver is balanced, while in chance creation to best replicate the way of attacking Bielsa's teams we will set direct passing. In this way our players, especially the wingers thanks to the instructions we will set later, will attack the spaces behind the opposing defense. While the width in the attacking phase will be quite balanced with a value of 55, and players in the air will be 6, in this way we will always have a minimum of 3 players occupying the opponent's area in crossing situations. Let's now move on to the player instructions. If we look at the current team coached by Bielsa, i.e. Uruguay, the central attacker i.e. Darwin Núñez attacks spaces a lot, especially behind the opposing defense. In fact we will set get in behind as attacking runs, while as support runs we leave balanced width. The attacking midfielder, however, we will leave the default values. His role is to play as a support both for the wingers and for the central striker. He will therefore always act more or less in his position, acting as a point of reference for the team. Indie central defensive midfielders, on the other hand, will always be in the heart of the game. It will also be fine for them to leave the basic values, in such a way as to let the CPU interpret which are the best movements to make both in the defensive and offensive phases. The most important values to set are those of the two external midfielders, both of whom will in fact cut inside the field and make insertions behind the opposing defense, so as to offer constant lines of through passes and stretch the opposing defense, while in the defensive phase they will fall back to create a 4-4-1-1 in the defensive phase. As regards our 4 defenders, however, the values for the 2 central defenders are the basic ones, while the 2 full-backs will both have the values of participating in the attacking phase, and overlapping to exploit the spaces created by the cuts towards the center of the field towards the inside the field. That's all guys, I'll leave you with the gameplay of the match in which I tested the tactic. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe so you don't miss the next videos, and share what do you think about this tactics in the comments.
fight ahead of us here at the Santiago Bernabeu in Madrid. I'm Derek Ray, and I'm joined here on the gantry for commentary by Stuart Robson. And with the game just moments away now, this really ought to be a superb watch. It's Real Madrid up against Bayern Munich.
Thanks, Derek. They did well in their opening game. They looked fit, they played some expansive football, and they worked hard to win the ball back. They just need more of the same today.
Vinicius! Well, it looked so promising, but a goal kicked the outcome. And here's the starting 11 for Real Madrid. Thibaut Courtois is in goal. Carvajal starts with Ferland Mendy in the fullback positions. Vinicius Junior starts with Rodrigo out wide. And it's there for him. Vinicius Junior. Jude Bellingham. And the challenge halts them in their tracks. Well, you can probably see why we're focusing on this fellow as one to watch. Stuart, in particular, what do you expect to see from him?
Well, Derek, over the years he's scored so many goals. It's his ability to come short and then spin in behind defenders at such pace. When the ball's played in behind, nobody catches him, and he often gets 1v1 against the goalkeeper, and we know what the result is.
Can he play it in? Well read to ease the pressure. Rodrigo. And defensive play to be applauded. Really closing him down. Great vision to switch the play. Possession lost, intercepted. Rodrigo. And on to Bellingham. Must take the lead here. And they have. You've got to say, it has been coming. Well, as Bayern get the ball moving again, how will they react? Federico Valverde. Here's Carvajal. Well, there's a living, breathing example of positional sense. Passes like that, very much in his repertoire. Just failing to hit the target with his pass. And it'll be a throw-in. Rodrigo. And Bayern come away with the ball. Carvajal. Real using width to good effect. Dangerous looking attack. Is it going to be Joselu? And a goal. It was served up on a silver platter for him.
Well, here it is again. It's an easy finish in the end, but what was the keeper thinking? That's a poor bit of defending.
And that was a very fine read. Chouameni. Vinicius Junior. How about the cross? Very alert defending to put a stop to the chance. Valverde. Vinicius Junior. And that's an important intervention. Opportunity. Well, a powerful effort, but just wide. De Ligt. Musiala. Deserves credit for winning the ball back. Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. Rodrigo. And on to Bellingham. An effective challenge. Oh, timely challenge, but it might still be on. Vinicius Junior. Oh, that's a super piece of defending. So on the cusp of half-time and Real Madrid well on top. Stuart, interested as always to get your take.
Well, they've played some really good football up to now. In particular, the way they've got it into their front players has been excellent. I've also liked the movement of the strikers. They just now need to take this forward into the second half.
A free-kick decision going the way of Bayern. Sané. Oh, very effective play, and they might be onto something. Davies. And there it breaks down, but credit to the defence. And it will be a free kick to Real Madrid. Carvajal. 1 minute of stoppage time has been added on. And crossing towards the far post. Well, all doing their bit to keep them out. And with that, the first half draws to a close. Into the second half then, and there can be no sugarcoating it. A huge gulf between the sides on the first half. Will we see a response from Bayern in the second? Vinicius Junior. Well, at first glance, you would think a strong possibility of a red card. Let's see. And the referee's verdict, excessive force. And